What up guys, Nick from What Up MC here, and there's a big update coming to Pokemon GO soon for the 1-year anniversary. That's going to be July 6th, which is tomorrow when I'm recording this, but today when you guys are going to see it. So maybe the update is already out and all this is redundant, but there has been a couple leaks recently about what is going to be part of this Pokemon GO anniversary event, and a couple little teasers that we saw in a video that was posted on the Pokemon GO Japan Twitter, I think. Actually, the Japanese Pokemon YouTube channel. But we're going to get to that after we go over what are going to be some of the features of this new event, the Pokemon GO anniversary event. So according to Pokemon GO Hub, it's going to be starting July 6th, that's tomorrow, like I said, at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And this event is going to include increased Stardust and XP. So that's kind of like the Thanksgiving event that we had in the end of November. We've had a couple double XP event and triple XP events since then, but we haven't had a Stardust event since then. So this is going to be the first one in like over 6 months. So there's going to be a rare Pikachu, and that's kind of part of the video that was posted on the Japanese Pokemon YouTube channel. You saw the Pikachu with a little ash hat on, so that's probably like they have the other Pikachus with the hats on, so maybe that's going to be what this Pikachu is. Pikachu with the ash hat. On the Pokemon GO Hub website, they also mentioned big in-game discounts, but they don't actually specify what that is. But I found another image somewhere else online, but this does say unverified. It says 75% off Lucky Eggs and 75% off premium raid passes. So that is like a pretty big discount, even bigger than the one we just had where the Lucky Eggs were only 50% off, and we haven't had a premium raid pass sale because those are new. This image also has a couple other bits of info like huge XP from raids, which would make sense to me because raids are new. They would probably want to promote that people do raids more often, and raid bosses will migrate every 2 weeks. I don't know what that means. We know that nests migrate every 2 weeks, so I don't know if maybe like raid bosses will start to become like a certain, like, okay, Tyranitar always appears at this gym around like this time every day, or maybe every 3 days or something, so it's not too often. And then maybe it'll be like that for 2 weeks, and then Tyranitar will appear at this other gym pretty often for the next 2 weeks, something like that. It also says that this event is only going to be 3 days, so I don't know if this is, I don't know, 3 days is kind of short for an anniversary event, especially since most of the world didn't even have the game by July 9th. And they said more items from spinning gyms and Pokestops, which is kind of related to what we are going to see in that video that they posted on the Japanese Pokemon YouTube channel. But yeah, so the first sign of this was actually found in the latest APK mine for the version that just came out on Android 0.67.2, and they found a tag, a little line of code that said 1 year anniversary. So even though that was just supposed to be like a little patch just to fix some of the stuff with the new raids and the new gyms, there was actually a little bit of update towards the anniversary event. And also just today there was a forced update, so people that hadn't updated their games yet were forced to update their game before they were able to play. So usually they do that right before they're about to roll out a big update or a new event. So yeah, in the video that they have shown there, I'm not going to show the whole video just because I don't want to get copyright strikes or anything. But as you can see, the Pikachu is like walking along there. He's got the ash hat on, and then you see the shadow of a Ho-Oh. A Ho-Oh flies over the Pikachu, and then the Pikachu's like, oh my god, and the Pokestop gets spun as the Ho-Oh flies over it, and a whole bunch of stuff pops out, like a ton of Pokeballs pop out. So obviously that's a little hint of possibly Pokestops dropping more items than before. And also there's these little yellow symbol things that come out, and I saw a lot of people freaking out like, oh my god, what are these yellow symbol things? Are these like, are these coins? Are these new items introduced in the games? Are these new berries that they have been hinting at in the code? No, these are none of these things. The little yellow symbols that pop out are literally just the Japanese hiragana characters, I think it's hiragana, that spell out the logo or the slogan, I choose you. You can actually match every single one of those. If you freeze frame at a specific part in the video, you can actually match like every single one of them to the logo or slogan for the movie. So yeah, sorry to burst your bubble, but yeah, it's not new items, it's just the little tagline for the movie, or the slogan of the whole franchise, or that's gotta catch them all, but whatever. It's about Pikachu, okay? I choose you. It makes sense. Anyways, so yeah, then after all the Pokeballs and the symbols disappear, this little red bouncy ball pops up and bounces on Pikachu's head, and it's actually the logo for Toho Cinemas. So that may be a bad thing now that I'm thinking about that it shows the logo for Toho Cinemas, because I remember when I was in Japan, Toho or offices or Toho headquarters, or I don't know, just random Toho places or Toho related places in Japan were sponsored Pokestops. So it might mean that all these like extra items that you get, or maybe there's special stuff that you get from spinning Pokestops, it only applies to those specific sponsored Pokestops, which means it's pretty much a Japan exclusive only event. So I'm really hoping that's not what's happening, but they are it does kind of look like that might be the case. As for the Ho-Oh showing up in the video flying over there, I don't think Ho-Oh or the Legendaries are coming yet. I think there's probably a couple more things they need to update before they release Legendaries, like all the bugs with the raids where people are glitching out all the time, they can't get to the catch screen, stuff like that. There would be a lot of angry people if they couldn't catch their legendary Pokemon after defeating them in a raid. I don't know, if they were to release Legendaries, I feel like maybe Ho-Oh would be a good candidate just because it appears in the anime way before any other legendary or almost any other Pokemon. There's only like 5 Pokemon that appear before Ho-Oh. It's at the end of the first episode, but I feel like they should also kind of release the 3 legendary birds first, considering they are the mascots for the teams. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. That's all the little news we got for the leak. By the time you guys are watching this video, maybe they have already made their official announcement. If they have, I will add that information to the description down below. And if I got any of this right, or if I got it all wrong, then let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, then hit the like button, and if you want to see more Pokemon Go stuff, then consider hitting the subscribe button, which is over there, probably, or I don't know if YouTube changed the layout yet, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.